So, Steve, in the UK, in Europe, we often hear that what's happening over there is eventually coming here. We're seeing some of that now in different ways. What are some of the challenges you guys are facing right now?
I think the principal challenge, and I think it's kind of amazing that it's taking us so long to realize this, but it's the challenge of what it means to be marginal. And we are, as Christians, we are totally marginal to society. And as evangelical Christians, we're even more distant than that. To use Russell's thoughts about, we're a ridiculed people, and we're despised. We really have no voice. Now, the biggest problem with that is that people lament it, when in reality we're just experiencing what the Church of Jesus Christ experienced in the New Testament, what the Church of Jesus has experienced throughout the generations. And that's absolutely critical. There's a sense in which, as we look at our marginalization, we should say, praise God. Okay, because now, that doesn't mean to say that we, as it were, run off into the hills and set up our little communities and just wait for the rapture to come. That wasn't a Freudian slip, it was just a slip. We don't wait for the rapture to come. What it means is that we recognize that it's from the margins of society that we're actually going to impact society. As the people of God who are marginalized, despised, but who live such good life among the pagans that they glorify God on the day of visitation. That's what we do. That's what the call of the church is. One of the reasons I love the letter of 1 Peter is because that is exactly the situation that it describes. Of communities of Christians scattered around the region of Turkey, where there's 0.1% of believers there now, scattered around that region, and they were poor, they were ostracized, they were marginalized, they were completely vulnerable, and Peter reminds them of who they are, and you find in 1 Peter just a glorious collection of covenantal descriptions of what it means to be the people of God, and he says, this is who you are, each small gathering, again, as Russell was talking, each small gathering, this is what you are, and therefore live these good lives, therefore love your neighbors, therefore be the kind of neighbor that everybody wants to have, a good neighbor. That's our challenge, rather than what we want to do. And I think this is always going to be a temptation to us, is a temptation over here, is that we want to somehow wrest power back again. We want to get ourselves into the center, rather than for us to thrive as God's people on the margins, and from there, in weakness, to show that it's God who has the power.